Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is FaZe Bloo, and I'm bringing you just a typical commentary over this gameplay I got yesterday. It's actually a pretty sick gameplay, if I do say so myself. I go 71-5 in the end, and I get a quad feed in a KEM streak, I guess. So, I was pretty happy with it, and I've been playing Ghosts a lot more recently. And I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but if you don't, you should go do that, because it's going to be in the description, and that's where I post all the updates and stuff. But I'm going to be doing a Ghosts montage or a Ghosts episode, depending on just, how I'm feeling and how the clip hitting goes. But overall, I'm enjoying playing Ghosts, and I'm pretty good at it already after coming back from not playing it for months at a time. So yeah, that's my whole little spiel about Ghosts, and now you can just watch the gameplay and listen to my voice. So, the topic of this commentary is kind of, a little bit different than what my normal commentaries are about. My normal commentaries are just like general topics in a way, but this one's a little bit more specific because I've wanted to cover it for a little bit, and I've had some people suggest it to me. Actually, one of them who kind of brought it up to my attention was Rug, and then the actions that were going on Twitter probably a week or so ago, at the time this video is going to go up. Yeah, so it might be a little bit of a controversial topic, but I'm going to cover it anyways just because I wanted to cover it. So that's what's going to happen. I think this is the KEM streak, maybe. I'm not even sure. I'm going to try not to watch the gameplay, but at the same time I am, so I know how much time I have. So yeah, the topic I wanted to cover, which is probably going to be the title of the video, is professionalism in Call of Duty. And at first, if you don't really follow the whole competitive stuff or just the YouTube side in general, being professional over a video game may seem a little, unnecessary and kind of silly if you look at it as it's just a video game. But it's to the point where the whole YouTube side of stuff and then the competitive side and then all that, it's not just a video game. Like, a lot of people tend to try to simplify it as it's just a video game, it's just like a hobby and stuff. But if there are places where people pay to get in to go watch other people play a video game, and there are people who make their jobs off of playing this video game, and there are people who make jobs by not even playing video games, but just, just stuff relating to those people who do it. And by that I mean like people who lead teams or people who manage teams. Then it's got a business aspect to it. A lot of people don't really want to acknowledge that because they aren't in that side of it. And that's fine, you can do that, but don't belittle the, actions or career choices of people who are actually being successful in that field. I personally kind of want to be successful in the whole YouTube side of things. I think here's a quad feed, and it's kind of not a very good quad feed because it was on two people basically, but, it's a quad feed in a KEM strike. What are you going to do? But the whole reason this topic kind of got brought to my attention, I said Rug brought it up, and he did. I was looking in the FaZe chat one day, and he was just talking about how, like, he's noticed nobody has really done an in-depth commentary over how big it's actually getting. And if you think about it, the fact that, first of all, there are MLG events where people go and watch people play video games, but then the fact that 30 or so odd FaZe members flew in from all over the world just to come meet up with people they've met online. And that's kind of crazy. Oh, and another side note, I get the KEM strike with my last bullet, so that's pretty nifty, I would say. So that's the KEM. I'm about to get it, but it's crazy. Like, everything has evolved so rapidly. Like, 4 years ago, kind of when I started making videos and everybody started making videos in a way, it was nowhere near what it is now. Like, there weren't even that many teams, and there weren't nearly as many people who knew what everything was. Like, it's crazy. now everybody knows what quickscoping is because of YouTube and people quickscoping, I guess. But what are you going to do? So it's evolving so quickly. I'm kind of getting off topic because, you know, I'm getting caught up in my own amazing gameplay, which you should subscribe to come see. But yeah, it's a very complex system, and it's getting harder and harder to explain to people what I do, or like, you know how people would definitely ask about, oh god, I like choked right there, I don't even know what just happened, but a lot of people ask about what I do, and it's to the point where I'm just like, oh, I do YouTube, but then if I really want to explain it, I have to go in depth, and it's very difficult, and a lot of people probably share the same, you know, things about it, but it's a different thing. Most people don't understand it because you kind of have to be a part of it to understand and not really think it's crazy, all the stuff that happens. Like going all the way to California just to go to a gaming event like I did and a lot of people did. But just the fact that people like me, a kid, have signed autographs because I'm good at a video game, that's kind of weird to me still, and I'm the one signing the autographs, but imagine someone outside of the whole YouTube thing seeing that or hearing that. They wouldn't really know how to comprehend it, but it's a very intricate series of things that all work together to make one awesome community, and I'm happy to be a part of it, but people who are also in the same community don't really acknowledge that all this stuff goes on behind the scenes because it's not really brought to attention that often, but it's there. The business side of everything is there because the fact that there are this many people who know what it is and watch our videos, that's attractive from a business scale because it allows you to advertise for products and stuff, and it just shows that people actually spend time appreciating the content that you produce. And that's how the whole money and job system comes a part of it. And in FaZe and on other stuff, like the whole competitive thing, there's quite a bit of money to be made. So it's a good thing. And it could also be a bad thing because people get a little like cocky with themselves. I try to stay modest because I'm not anywhere near the point where I can live comfortably off of YouTube, but I don't know. Some people notice that some people take it a little bit differently than others. But in general, I try not to really like focus on the whole money part of it because at the end of the day, this is a hobby to me, and if it stops being fun, then I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm still going to go to college and all that because it's not like a sure thing for me, I guess. Some people it is. Like, some people have made a lot of money, obviously, but I have not yet, so I'm not locking myself down to anything. But I'm kind of saying a lot of stuff, and I don't know if it's making a lot of sense because I'm just kind of talking here. The thing I was talking about that happened on Twitter a couple days ago or a week ago, however long that was, is a few Envy members got kicked from the sniping team because they were being unprofessional on Twitter. And the whole deal with that is it shouldn't have been as big of a deal as it was because, like, if you're being unprofessional, you should know that you're being unprofessional and try to correct it. But a lot of people didn't really think of that or think of it that way. I was a part of Envy, and I know you're supposed to act professional on Twitter because they told us that, so if you get kicked for being unprofessional, that's your fault. And I know Hydrix, one of the guys who got kicked, and I'm pretty sure he knows he was going to get kicked. And Hydrix is an insane player, but that doesn't mean that he's just going to be immune to the rules, because the chances of people running a team like Envy give the chance of losing sponsors just to keep one player, because at the end of the day, it's for the bigger picture. So yeah, it's becoming more like a business, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it, but it's going very quickly and it's growing rapidly, and I'm still glad I'm a part of it. So I just try to clear that up for a little bit of you who don't really understand everything. But overall, the whole Call of Duty community is just expanding. So, I hope you guys could understand this commentary. If you could, hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll try to make some more videos for all of you, hopefully in the future. I'm not sure, but yeah. I've been Blue. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.